Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and I want to show you right now, as we have like the last 5 days before 1.1, a snapshot of my account, what I've been spending my energy on, and really my thought process in terms of how I gear my characters, and maybe also some mistakes I made, which I think that not other people that are watching this video should avoid and never follow these certain mistakes. I'll tell you also why I made them intentionally as well. But right now, in terms of 2nd of June, I'm currently at Trailblaze level 62. I'm probably like a day away or two from Trailblaze level 63. I max refresh every day. I spend quite a lot of money. I've documented it in another video. I'll put on the link in the video card above if you're interested to know like how much it costs exactly. I don't recommend anyone do it. Spend in moderation, and it's more important to have food on the table than spending on gacha games, which is really discretionary spending. But that disclaimer aside, let's take a look in terms of my resources. I spend most of my time actually in Honkai Star Rail the past 1 over months, focusing on boring stuff like farming character essential materials, character EXP, and also trace materials. As you can see, my lowest level character is 51, ascended from 50 already, so I left it at 51. I only don't have Kara. She evades me for some reason. I have every other single character in the game so far. And yeah, I invested a lot in their traces, their EXP materials, and their character essential materials as well, because right now at Trailblaze level 60 is the most efficient to farm these items, and I'm focusing on that. Of course, it's not a perfect strategy. I think the mistake, or quote-unquote mistake, that a lot of you shouldn't follow, like building bench depth this early, is because by spreading your resources out so thin that I did, my best character here, if I just go to Zila, you can see her ratios are extremely atrocious. For everyone else, if you're not creating content, then I'll highly recommend you create a form of maybe like 8 characters. Double down on those 8, maybe at most push to 10. There are some reasons why you want to go to 10 as well. I'll talk about it in future. But focus on your main field. You can clear content deeper, get more premium currency. So as a free-to-play or small spender, these are very important. Don't make this mistake. I think this is like my biggest mistake, or a biggest player's mistake rather, is to build a character depth that is too wide like this one right here. But that's why I do it anyway. So my account progression, I think as you can see, I'll just scroll across all of them real quick. I don't have many much crit rate stats and crit damage stats just going around. Like these are like my most stacked DPSs already, and they don't really have too much crit rate stats, crit damage stats, as you can see from a lot of them. So I'm just trying my best to get by in terms of the amount of crit I have. I run a super efficient, very lean relic combo, and I will explain more about it, how I increase efficiency as well in probably another video. Maybe just this video is just a snapshot of what I'm doing, and I'll talk about how I improve efficiency. It's not easy actually, even if you refresh every day to get your account to this state at Trailblaze level 62. I think some of you who are watching this video maybe in future will realize it's not that easy, and there are tricks that I use to get ahead in terms of resources too. But anyway, for Zila, I have her light cone, I have her E6. Some of you might already know I put her on the first couple of days maybe. I'm using Genius of Brilliant Stars, and as you can see, she's my most invested character, but even her 2-piece inside is not complete. One is Inert Salsoto, one is Celestial Differentiator. I simply can't get a Quantum Celestial Differentiator yet. Maybe I'll wait for the main stat selector in version 1.1, who knows. Jingyuan is my second most invested character. This one I at least have a completed set. Sadly, with still a crit rate main stat here. I'm running the free-to-play light cone here, Seriousness of Breakfast, and his trace, unlike Zila, who has quite well built, I still haven't unlocked this one yet, and this is super important. Just haven't had the time to sit down, farm 8 of these purple materials as well as the credits too. So that's why I haven't got to it, but it's a rookie mistake. I think this is another mistake. You want to level this, especially on Jingyuan and Zila as well. It does add quite a bit of damage to their overall kit. Yep, so my next most invested character will be Fire Emcee. I have a very unique build. Some of you might be very quick to realize I have quite a lot of crit rate, crit damage. I farm relics for my defensive units. I think the 4 most invested characters on my account will probably be these 2 here, as well as the defensive units here in terms of the amount of farming. Maybe Natasha as well, so maybe top 5. I have quite a bit of gear here. I'm running a crit rate main stat as well as a fire damage bonus. I don't know whether it's right or wrong. This is just how I play my account. I prefer a little bit more damage coming from my defender role, since I do run 2 defensive units because I have both Bailu as well as Jappat. I'm not recommending anything right now. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing. I'm testing it out to see whether it works. If it works, I'll definitely be telling you guys about it. But for now, kinda iffy. I don't think it works fantastically well, especially since I'm forced to go with a bit more defense in my other stats as well. So those are some things to consider. Next up, we have, let's skip Dunham first, let's go to Jappat. Jappat is my 4th best built unit, I guess. He's running day 1 of my new life. I talk about why I use or when I use each of these different light cones in my Japart video specifically. You can check it out if you're interested. But I basically just switch between a day 1 as well as Lando's choice based on the floor that requires it. Trace here, I don't have much level because these are like offensive stats. I mainly focus a little bit on my ultimate ability. I should get this up, probably might do it when I have a bit more resources as well. And relics, here I'm just running a 4-piece Guard of Wuthering Snow. I have his E2. I was unlucky. I don't have Clara, but I got quite lucky with getting the same character that I use very often. 100% chance to freeze as well as reducing speed when frozen. So quite nice. But I would rather really the Clara to make more content, to be honest. Natasha is probably my 5th build unit, and probably the rest of them will be more or less the same. I'll go much quicker on the rest of them, so I'll just focus on like the main characters that I have built right now. I'm using the free-to-play post-op conversation, at least I think it's free-to-play. Let me know in the comments if you remember if it is or not. Relics, I'm just using like random stats, not very well invested here, just like 9, because it's efficient to get it up to 9. The gloves, I don't really care too much, it's attack main stat as well, so it's the substats that useful. Here is again not very significantly useful as well, so I just left it at 7. Other than that, everything 9 is quite efficient for me in terms of relic EXP to the amount of games I get on my account. Traces is where I pumped in a lot of resources for Natasha. As you can see, the ultimate ability here is like level 10, which is quite expensive to push up, and the rest of them are pretty well built as well. I don't have this. I don't think this matters as much for the 6 purple gear and the credits that I need right now. I might use it later on when I have a surplus of resources, but not anytime soon. I think I have more pressing urgent needs for the account, and I have her at E6. Doesn't really add too much damage, so if you see any of my videos with Natasha, she doesn't really do too much, maybe like 800, 900 damage in total. I don't think it's super significant. Yeah. And other than that, I think the last character that I will dive in a little bit more is Dunham. I was using him a lot at the start. I used a lot of times I used cruising the Stellar Sea, this 5-star light cone as well, but for now he's just in his default setup. I have his gear swapped out to another person, which later on I'll talk a bit about that. These are my stats for Dunham, and I have him at E4, hoping to go to E6 maybe with Silverwolf's banner as well. Other than that, the trick that I use in terms of switching my gear around is I actually just have one set that I rotate on everyone. This is why I use an attack percentage set. I have a video that's done on the channel which I talk more about my thought process on why using attack percentage is so useful as well. For those of you who are interested, you can check it out on the channel. I go more in depth into switching this set around, meaning that I can bring really any DPS into my team comp wherever I need, as long as they are like of decent level, which capitalizes on my wide bench depth as well. So those are some things to consider. Other than that, my supports I think are really poorly built. Out of all of them, they are used very often as well, but just not very well invested. Tingyun has like 2557, Esta has like 4655, not really super well invested. Also, I'm mainly using like dance where I can, and I'm still using chorus for Tingyun. There are better options available, but I think these are fine for the amount of resources, the amount of bench depth that I'm getting as well. I think some characters that are well built in terms of traces also, or like to the same amount of degree, will be like Pella, Susang, Serval, Arlen. I think Qingxue was also quite well built in terms of traces. That's why I was able to do like comparison videos between Jingyuan as well as Serval, and Arlen as well as Jingyuan in the other videos as well. So you can check it on the channel if you're interested. And yeah, those are basically my resource pool right now. I don't have any reserves or like stashed away EXP books and stuff like that. So whatever you see here is really whatever I got right now. And yeah, if you like such content in terms of this snapshot, just a very quick sharing. Thank you so much for watching. Do click on these 2 other videos which I think you might be interested in as well, and see you in the next video.